Hey fellow riders, these are the things I go over on the motorcycle before taking a long trip, starting right now on MotoTravelUSA. Hey guys, so before every ride I check the air pressure and certain other things, but before going on a long trip I want to make sure the bike is in tip-top shape, so I go through the following before leaving for a trip. One of the first things I will check are the tires. I want to make sure there's no punctures or objects stuck in them. So I just take the tire and look around, spin it around. That's nothing. Just to make sure there's no nails or any other foreign objects. And I'll check the front tire, make sure there's no nails or anything in it. And it looks good. The tread looks good. Obviously the tires are one of the most important things on a trip, so I want to make sure these are in tip-top shape. Right before I go on the trip, I will check the air pressure, and then as I'm on the trip, I'll also check the air pressure. Also check the brake pads. Couldn't figure out a good way to film that, so I checked it before I started filming. You want to make sure the pads are in good shape, and if they're not, if they're worn down, definitely get new pads. The next thing I'll check are the fluids. Here's the rear brake fluid. It's behind the panel on the brake side of the motorcycle, and the level looks good. You also want to check the front brake fluid level, and this one looks good, and the clutch fluid level, and this looks to be good as well. The next thing is the coolant level. What I like to do is stick a cell phone with its LED light on, and then you can easily see the level. Since the coolant is dark, it's kind of hard to see without the light in there, but as you can see, that's actually at the higher level, which is good. As far as the oil level, I'm not gonna check that now. I'm gonna do an oil change right before I leave. If you wanna see how that's done, I've done a video on how to do a motorcycle oil change right here. I also like to check the levers. This is the clutch lever. I put silicone grease on it often, so the play is good. And also check the front brake lever. Movement is good. Again, I lube this with silicone grease often. Check the play with the throttle too. As you can see, there's not much at all. I think the spec is like 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters. Definitely adjust it if it is out of spec. Another thing I check are the lights, making sure those are all functional. Left turn signal, right turn signal, brake, hazards, and I also check the high beam and low beam, making sure that's all working. So those are looking good. I also take a look around the bike to make sure nothing's missing or broken. I did hand wash the bike before this video. I like to do that because you can find anything that needs my attention. But I like to just go one more time, just looking over the bike. I'll also do an oil change a couple days before I leave. I'm also going to change out the stock windscreen with the touring windscreen. In Florida in the summer, I put the stock just to get a little bit more airflow. But on tours, I like to have that touring windscreen for a little extra protection on the highway and from rain. The day before I leave, I'll also put the bike on a battery tender to make sure the battery is fully charged. And that's it. I'd love to hear the things that you go over on your bike when you go on tours. See if there's anything I've missed or should include in my routines. I hope that helped you, and if it did, please give the video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and thanks for joining me this time on MotoTravelUSA.